Hey everyone, it's Dre. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am doing a quick review of Dossier or Dossier. Go ahead and check them out, dossier.co. Dossier is based in New York and they are an awesome brand because they offer affordable, designer-inspired fragrances at a fraction of the cost. Here's the packaging that my perfume was sent in. It's really pretty and I like the nude color. It's very chic. I know everyone got mad at me that I was saying chic. Chic, sorry. It looks very minimalistic and I just like the design, I like the packaging. One thing I wanted to point out before we actually got into the review is the fact that Dossier actually decided to stop sending out these tiny trial-sized perfumes. And that might sound like a disappointment, but it's not. They decided to stop giving these trial sizes because they wanted to roll back on plastic and do something good for the earth. And so I'm actually super into that and I love the idea of that. So before, it used to be you would get your perfume in the mail and then you would get your little tester and you could just try the perfume, and if you didn't like it, you could just send it back off in the packaging. They will pay for the shipping back to them and you can just return it, no hassles. But now they're just gonna be cutting out the trial size altogether and you can actually just try the perfume bottle straight up. It's fine, go ahead and use it. And if you don't like it, you can still send it back for a 100% money back guarantee. So in my opinion, that's the most awesome part about Dossier because it's risk-free. If you don't like it, then give it back. So here is what the perfume looks like straight out of the box. Very simple. Kind of reminds me of the ones that you can get from Walgreens, but when you open it up, it actually smells really good. And then they also give you a scent breakdown, and it basically tells you what the scent is inspired by. This one is the Oriental Cherry. I was just trying to be a little bit different and get out of my comfort zone with this one. And you know, Oriental Cherry, I was like, that sounds really different. Usually I go with something either kind of fruity or kind of musky, and I feel like this one is kind of like that musky, fruity harmonized. I don't know, like it's really cool. But it is inspired by Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. And I actually love the Tom Ford collection. Like they are so good. Every time I go to the mall, every single time, I literally stop and I have to put on some Tom Ford. If I put this perfume up next to the Tom Ford, it's really hard to tell the difference. Like it really is, and they really do last a long time. The Dossier is super nice. Ooh, and it also disperses a lot of product when it comes out, and oof, that smells so nice. It smells like, it says top notes of cherry, almond, and cinnamon, and I'm definitely smelling those top notes for sure. You're smelling that cherry, that almond, that cinnamon. That's a 10. Oriental Cherry, this one smells really good and it might just be a favorite of mine, honestly. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Next up, I have the Oriental Tobacco. This one is inspired by the Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille Eau de Parfum, which is personally one of my favorites from Tom Ford. And this is honestly a very good contender. It really is. It really matches up to the Tom Ford line, which in my opinion is saying a lot because they're so amazing. And this also has a very high concentration of 18%. It is a Eau de Parfum or perfume, whatever. The difference between the perfume and the Eau de Toilette or toilette, I don't know how to say it. I just read it and I go with it. But the difference is that the parfums, there's too many pronunciations. The difference is that the real perfume has a less alcohol to perfume ratio. So there actually is a higher percentage of real oils and perfume. That's what makes a perfume smell good all day and makes it last. If it has more alcohol content within the perfume, then it's not gonna last very long. It's gonna have a nice scent and then it's gonna go away after an hour. But if it has that real oils, you know, like the shit that the kings used to use, I mean, I'm talking the real stuff, which this does, it's gonna last a lot longer. All right, so the Oriental Tobacco. Honestly, it smells almost spot on with the Tom Ford one, and that's saying a lot, but it smells like the autumn woods or like a nice Thanksgiving morning. Like it's so wonderful. And I also love tobacco musky scents in general. That seems to be like what I gravitate to. And musky scents, in my opinion, they also just tend to like last longer throughout the day just because of like, I don't know, the way that it picks up on my nose. Like it works. And $29 can get you a designer inspired scent. at a designer concentration, which is, wow, unbeatable in my opinion. The last one that they sent me is the Fougere Bergamot. I just watched a video on how to pronounce that, and they were like, Fougere, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go with Fougere. So this one is actually really nice. This one is a eau de toilette as opposed to the other two, which were both parfums. Someone needs to sue me right now for this pronunciation. Oh my god. Still has a very high concentration of 15%, and it is inspired by Versace Dylan Blue Eau de Toilette. And it smells, I get like a masculine, sexy, kind of like an oceany vibe. Kind of almost reminds me a little bit going on Giorgio Armani a little bit, but it really does smell close to the Dylan Blue. I would say, again, very masculine. It kind of reminds me of the ocean, kind of like a salty air type of thing, and I really enjoy this one as well. I feel like it's like perfect for a day at the beach, honestly. It reminds me of like, just kind of like the marine layer. I don't know, I really like it. It's very light compared to the other two. This one definitely doesn't have like any of those musk tones that the other two have. But out of the three, I would definitely say that the Oriental Cherry is my favorite. That one smells so good, and I feel like it's the most feminine. So if you guys are wanting to try something a little bit different, something kind of new, then I would definitely recommend trying the Oriental Cherry. And if you want to stick to something that you know you're gonna love, get the Oriental Tobacco for sure. This one, still beautiful and amazing, but my personal preference, I usually tend to gravitate towards the parfums as opposed to the toilettes because I just prefer a higher concentration, but that's just me. And I just wanted to give a big thank you to Dossier for sending me these. Go ahead and check out the link in the description down below, dossier.co. Something about wearing perfume really just solidifies your outfit. Like, it just really completes it. I would always make an effort in high school. Like, I would spray myself with so much perfume because I wanted to walk by people and they would just like get a whiff of me and be like, she smells so good. Like when I would hear people say that, I would like get a confidence boost. I'd be like, yes, like, wow. There's nothing like when people think you smell good. It's the best thing about perfume is you can smell bad and you can just cover it up with perfume. No, I'm just kidding. Shower, people, shower. Don't sleep on scents. It totally like activates the pheromones, you know? So check out Dossier, you won't regret it, and they'll be keeping you smelling fresh at a fraction of the cost, and that's beauty on a budget. You're welcome, and thank you, Dossier. And thank you for tuning in.